Hey guys, welcome back to my beauty stash, or welcome if it is your first time here. Hello, my name is Steff. I would love to have you as a subscriber, so be sure to click on that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy watching. Today is going to be all about the top 10 pink eyeshadow palettes that I currently have in my stash. Now, in going through all of my palettes, this gave me a little bit of difficulty because I definitely think there's an overlap between pink and berry and purple and red. So while these palettes are all gonna have shades of pink in them, you might not be surprised to see maybe some purple in there as well, some berry tones, and I definitely want to do a video where I'm showcasing the top 10 berry toned eyeshadow palettes that I have in my stash. That is coming up, but today I am going to share with you 10 palettes that I love using, and whenever I think of the color pink, I think about these palettes. So I'm excited. I'm excited to share these with you. Now, as I usually do in these videos, there is going to be a quick tutorial on how I got this eye look using one of the palettes that is in my top 10 list. So definitely stay tuned for that. And of course, guys, I will have all of the makeup that I'm talking about, that I'm using, both on and off camera, linked in the description box of today's video. Some of those links might be affiliate links, so if you do end up shopping through them, I thank you so much for supporting me and my channel. Let's dive on into it, guys. If you want to see the top 10 pink eyeshadow palettes that are currently in my stash, plus learn how I got this look right here, keep on watching. And guys, just a reminder, I'm not ranking the palettes like 1 through 10. These are just the overall top 10 pink eyeshadow palettes that I have in my stash. Let's go ahead and start with this one right here. This is the Glamlite Red Velvet Cupcake eyeshadow palette. It has little sprinkles in it. Let's see, how come mine are not moving? Mine seem to be stuck together, but it's cute. There's sprinkles in there, and then you do get a mirror. When you open it up, this is the color story that we get. So this is definitely a pink and purple palette. Now, a lot of people were a little upset because this is a red velvet cupcake palette. So if you've ever had red velvet cake or red velvet cupcake, I mean, that is a deep, deep red. And so I can see why some people were upset because there really isn't a shade that I think represents red velvet. Maybe this one, but I think this is not red enough, you know? So I can see why some people are upset, but other than that, I think it's a beautiful eyeshadow palette. I love the shades, I love the quality of it, and I like how small it is. I mean, when you compare it to some of the other Glamlite eyeshadow palettes that they have, this is like the perfect little size, and I do believe it is still in stock on their website. Next, we have this Too Cute eyeshadow palette from Colourpop. This was their summer collection, their summer collaboration with Hello Kitty. I think there were 4 quad palettes released in this collection. I bought them all. This is obviously the pink tone palette, and this one is called Cherry Sweet, and it does have the shade names on the back. Like, everything about this palette is just too cute. I even like that they included a mirror. It's a little quad and they put a mirror in it. Fantastic. But these shades are so much fun to work with. You do get 2 matte shades and 2 shimmer shades. I just think it is the cutest thing ever. Guys, if you love Hello Kitty, I do believe some of the items in this collection are still in stock. I don't remember if it's at Ulta, but wherever I can find it, it will be linked in the description box. I have the blushes, I have the lip balms or lipsticks. Everything about the collection is so, so precious. And if you're looking for a new small pink eyeshadow palette to add to your stash, right here, this would be a good one. Next, I have another Colourpop collaboration eyeshadow palette, this time with Malibu Barbie. This is a really good eyeshadow palette, just all around. This is a really fun, a really good quality eyeshadow palette. Now, of course, we see other shades represented. We have orange and blue and some brown. But I definitely think pink when I think of this palette. I think pink and blue, to be honest. But there are some amazing pink looks that you can create with this Malibu Barbie eyeshadow palette. It was so much fun working with this one. Now, I did do in my review of the Glamlite Margarita palette, I'll put that video, or the thumbnail at least, I'll put it right here. I compared them both, and guys, I think if you have the Glamlite Margarita palette, then you're not going to feel the need to pick this one up. And likewise, if you have this one, you might not feel the need to pick up the Glamlite Margarita palette. I thought they were just way too similar, and both are great quality. So just whatever you have, I don't think you need both. But if you were wondering about this palette, I do believe it is still in stock on the Colourpop website. And I want to say Colourpop has like a 25% off site-wide sale. Not entirely sure, but definitely check it out. This is a really nice one. And if you grew up playing with Barbies the way I did, I think this is a must add to your stash. Next, we have a palette that I struggled with. I didn't know, not struggle as in it's bad quality, but struggle to include it in today's video just because I wasn't too sure if I thought more pink or more orange when I thought about this palette. And it is this one right here from BH Cosmetics. This is a part of the Weekend Vibes collection. This is the Mimosa eyeshadow palette. I love it. This is a great eyeshadow palette. I do wish there were a couple deeper shades in here, but we can always bring in a shadow from another palette. That's no big deal. But when I look at it, like when I'm looking at it here on camera, I'm definitely seeing pink. But somehow when I look at it like this in person, I see like more orange and red. You guys need to let me know. I don't know. My mind is playing tricks on me, but I love this one. And if you are a fan of BH Cosmetics, all of these Weekend Vibes eyeshadow palettes, as well as the travel series, they're really good palettes at a very affordable price point. This one does come with a mirror. Some of the travel series ones, I don't think any of the travel series palettes come with a mirror. So this one could be like $1 or $2 more than those palettes are, but definitely under 20 bucks. And you are getting, how many shades are we getting? 16 different shades in this palette. So this palette is definitely, I think, more of a matte heavy eyeshadow palette because we only get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are only 5 shimmer shades and the rest are matte. I do like that we have the matte white. I love the pop of yellow. And I think this is just an overall fun palette, especially for the spring and summer. Once again, the Mimosa palette from BH Cosmetics. Next up is a palette that I know a lot of you have really been enjoying, and it is from Huda Beauty. This is the Rose Quartz eyeshadow palette. Now, like the Mimosa palette, I kind of struggled whether I wanted to include this palette in the pink video. But at the end of the day, I decided yes. I decided that I would, just because I feel like the looks that I have created have leaned more on the pink / berry / mauve side of tones. I mean, there are definitely other shades. There's definitely some purple and lavender in here, but I definitely think pink is represented. You have these really beautiful like duochrome shades to where they have like a pink to lavender shift. This is just an amazing palette. And again, I almost didn't pick this up. It wasn't until watching some YouTube videos I thought, you know what? I think I need to add that palette to my stash. Picked it up during the Sephora VIB sale, and the rest is history. I have been enjoying it so much. The only bad thing about this palette is this weird shade right here. This is that like glossy shade. I don't go for shades like this. I don't really need a shade like that. So I would have just rather seen another duochrome or multi-chrome in this palette. And I kind of hope she stops doing these types of shades and just give us more duochromes, right? Because I think duochromes and multichromes, they're going to be all over the place in 2022. And I'm hoping Huda does more amazing palettes like this one for next year. Next up is from Juvia's Place, and this is the Blush Rose eyeshadow palette. This is such a good palette at such an affordable price point. All of these little 6-pan eyeshadow palettes, they retail for $15, but they are often on sale either on the Juvia's website or at Ulta Beauty. This is a really good one. Juvia's Place is known for making amazing matte shadows. The 2 shimmer shades that are included in here are perfect. This one is just so pretty. I love this palette so much. I think there's just a lot of good shades. There's a lot of things that you can do with it. And I do like that she gave us a deeper tone over here. Overall, I think this is a really nice way to do a more toned down pink look instead of a bright in your face type of pink look. And if you're looking to add something more neutral, but still fun with a little pop of color and you want to get something on the pink side, this Blushed Rose palette from Juvia's Place is your winner. Now, if that Juvia's Place palette was a little too tamed for you, check out this one. This is the pinks, the sweet pinks by Juvia's Place. Now, this one is definitely going to give you those more brighter pops of pink. To me, this is like the ultimate Barbie girl eyeshadow palette just because of these beautiful pinks that are in here. This pink shimmer is just so, so pretty. I love that one so, so much. Let me go ahead and just kind of swatch these other shimmer shades in here. They all complement each other so, so well. The matte shades are perfect. I love seeing this like bright pink slash magenta shade in the palette. It goes so well with the shimmer shades. This one, this shade right here, this is a matte shade. It's coming across a little toned down on camera, but trust me, in person, this is a really bright pink, more of like maybe a coral pink. I just love it. I love this palette. This is definitely one of my favorite pink palettes, and again, super affordable from Juvia's Place. Next is also another palette that I struggled with. Does it lean pink, or should I have included it in the purple video that I made? But I decided no, I think this is where it belongs, and I'm talking about the BH Cosmetics Sweet Shop Cotton Candy Eyeshadow Palette. Now, you're going to see this palette and you're going to say, Steph, that's purple. Well, yes and no. I definitely see pink. Like, I definitely see pink right here. Even this shade, I know it's purple, but there's definitely pink in it. And then all of these other shades, they just coordinate so well. You can see the struggle. You can see the struggle that I had. Well, where do I exactly place this palette? But I thought putting it in the pink category, I thought it fit in really well, especially amongst the other eyeshadow palettes that I included. Guys, unfortunately, these Sweet Shop palettes are out of stock. This one might be though. I think there's just a couple of them that are still on stock, but it would only be on the BH Cosmetics website. So if it's in stock, I'll have it linked. If not, it'll just be listed, but this is a good one. All of these Sweet Shop palettes were so, so good. They all came with a mirror. These are 8-pan eyeshadow palettes. You always get 4 shimmers and 4 mattes. And I love the shade in particular. This is such a beautiful, beautiful shade. Would we call this a blurple? I think we could call that a blurple, and this is more of like a lavender. Just all of the tones that they included. And these palettes, these were more, I think they were $20. I think this could have been one of the higher priced eyeshadow palettes from BH Cosmetics if you consider 20 bucks higher priced. But typically they all go for about 17 bucks, 17, 18 bucks. But these, if I remember correctly, they were $20. If you can still find it floating around, I think one of you might have told me that you might have seen some of them at TJ Maxx. So maybe check your local TJ Maxx. And if you come across any of the Sweet Shop palettes, because I believe there were 6 of them, pick them up. Don't sleep on them. Pick them up because they're definitely worth the buy. Now I have 2 eyeshadow palettes left, and I haven't gotten to the one that I'm actually wearing on my eyes today. Next up, we have the ABH Norvina Volume 4 eyeshadow palette. This is a gorgeous palette. Guys, I just love these Norvina eyeshadow palettes. I know it's a rather large palette, but this is a very sturdy palette. Like, they did a really great job with the packaging and the mirror. I love them. I have yet to meet a Norvina palette that I don't like these type of Norvina palettes. I will say the only Norvina palette that I don't like is the original one in like the typical ABH packaging. Wasn't a huge fan of that one. I think the quality in these Pro Pigment palettes is just like 10 times better than the typical ABH eyeshadow palette formula is. And this is definitely a pink lover's dream come true. You have a little bit of everything in this palette to where if you don't feel like creating a pink look on that day, you can definitely create something a little bit different. But I love all the shades. I love all the shades included. This one does have one pressed glitter, and it is that shade right here, but it's a beautiful pressed glitter. It's a really nice, like a rose gold pressed glitter. I love this pop of like yellow neon shade right here. And again, you have like the brighter pinks in there as well. I just think it is such a fun palette. They had put these on sale for $36 during like the Black Friday week. I don't know if it's still on sale. If I can find it on sale, I'll link it. If not, it'll be linked to like Sephora or Ulta. They normally retail for $60, but guys, I think they are worth every penny. It's just a solid performing eyeshadow palette. And last but not least, the palette that I'm wearing on my eyes today. Can you guess? What do you think it's gonna be? Natasha Denona. This is a Natasha Denona Love palette. Guys, I'm already getting Valentine's Day vibes. I don't know about you, but Christmas is already over and I'm already thinking Valentine's Day. This is like the quintessential Valentine's Day eyeshadow palette. I do believe this was her Valentine's Day release for 2020, if I'm not mistaken, but I love this palette. Now, there are definitely some purple tones, there's a little bit of red, and then there's definitely some pink in here. But this is, again, another palette to where if you don't like that bright pop of pink, like in your face type of pink look, this is a more toned down way to do pink and berry toned. Guys, the way these shades blend out is absolutely amazing. This was just such a beautiful, such a special palette. I didn't pick this up when it released. I actually got this a few months ago. I got it when Sephora had put a lot of the Natasha Denona palettes on sale, so I was able to get this palette for half off. This is the midi size of eyeshadow palette, so it retails for $65 and I got it for half that price. So what was it, $32, $33, something around there? But I've loved it. I love working with it. I can't wait to create like a purple look. I haven't done anything purple yet with this palette. I've only worked with like the more pink and red tones in it, but I love this type of size. I would say this probably is my favorite size when it comes to Natasha Denona palettes, this one and the mini palettes. But if I had to choose between the both, I would definitely go with the midi size just because you get more shadows. And yes, it's a $65 price point, but her shadows are well worth that price tag. And as far as the larger palettes, her larger palettes go for about $129. I do think that's quite a bit to spend on an eyeshadow palette. But again, it is Natasha Denona. She is an incredible makeup artist and she makes very high quality products. So if your pocketbook can afford it, then definitely try out her palettes that are in the different price ranges. But I like that she does that. That is one of the main reasons why I enjoy Natasha Denona as a brand, because there is something for everybody's pocketbook. You have items that start like at 19 bucks and then they go all the way up to $129. She's not just saying, here's my eyeshadow palette, it is $129, figure it out. She is saying, here are some 5 good shadows for $25. Here are some 12 great shadows for $65. And here are some 16, 18 shadows for $129. She does products that fit everybody's budget, and I 1000% appreciate that. All right, guys, so I've already shared with you my top 10 pink eyeshadow palettes that I currently have in my stash. Now it's time for me to show you how I got this look right here using the Natasha Denona Love palette. All of the items that I'm wearing, again, both on and off camera, as well as the products that I discussed, are going to be linked in the description box of today's video, and some of those links might be affiliate links, so if you do end up shopping through them, I thank you so much for supporting me and my channel. Let's get started with the tutorial, and then I will wrap up today's video. Alright guys, so that wraps up today's video. Let me know your thoughts. What are some of your favorite pink eyeshadow palettes that you currently have in your stash? What did you think about the ones that made my top 10 list? Sound off in the comments down below. I want to thank you guys so much for watching another one of my videos. You all have a great day or night wherever it is you all are at. Stay hydrated, guys. Drink your water. Got my pink jug right here. Cheers. And I will see you all very soon. Bye.